We're at Pride because we're an LGBT football club. We were set up in 2008, and as the club's grown, we've had more and more trans people join. The non-binary identity has grown as well, so yeah, we have all identities at the club, and that's why we're here. Initially it was a group of gay men, and they were sat in the pub talking about how traditional football environments and changing rooms and that kind of Sunday league environment was just very kind of macho and not somewhere that they particularly felt safe being. And I think one of them just said, well, why don't we set up a gay team? After a few years, more women gravitated towards the club, and initially we played mixed gender football exclusively. And in 2015, 2016, we had enough women to set up a women's team, which is now a women and non-binary team. So we have the GFSN team, which is all gender, the women and non-binary team, and then also an all-gender five-a-side team, which play on Mondays. My first Pride, I actually came along identifying as straight. And at that Pride I got like a straight ally badge, and then from there, yeah, that probably kind of kicked off a little kind of chain reaction of, oh okay, well actually no, I'm feeling okay to say that I'm bisexual, and later on I was like, oh yeah, no, I don't feel cis, I'm a non-binary person. So yeah, and I think just having that joy and seeing everybody, not just from your football club, celebrating different identities, but all over Cardiff. I mean, I think that they said the parade is like a mile long or something. It's just such a supportive environment. You'll have seen today we did names and pronouns at the start, and that allows people to come along and maybe try out pronouns for the first time, and maybe they'll have a different set of pronouns that they want people to use for them one week to the next. So to start, my name is Charlotte, my pronouns are she, her and they, them, and I'm the chairperson of the Dragons.
Chris, he, him, I play right back.
KJ, she, her. Ruth, she, her, legend.
We do see that sometimes with our non-binary players, that they'll say, oh, I'm she, her or they, them, and then the next week they might be more they, them, and then they might revert back. And yeah, I think this club is really unique in terms of allowing people that freedom to express themselves in an environment that they know they have no judgment.
I started myself about 4.5 years ago. I had quite a negative experience growing up in the valleys playing football, and when I came out as gay. So I was just really looking for a club in Cardiff that would kind of accept me for who I am, but also allow me to kind of develop my passion for the game. And luckily I found Cardiff Dragons. We're not exclusive to the LGBTQ+ community, but what we do ask is that every member that does join is respectful and wants to promote our message of inclusivity within the game. We are here to teach about all of the different things you can do as an ally to the community and help us overcome a lot of the barriers and obstacles that we face still in the game. We know that there's still a lot of prejudice and a lot of issues with regards to our trans players, our non-binary players, a lot of misunderstanding, but also a lot of kind of abuse that we really want to do all we can to kind of get rid of. And we've been very fortunate that the Welsh FA have been very, very supportive in the message of inclusivity, which has, I think, really helped put a lot of our members' minds at ease with regards to continuing to play in a safe environment.
I was quite new to the club at the time, and a trans player told me that she had only just come out and work, and that blew my mind because I'd known her as a woman for months. So to actually think that she was only herself with us, and she was going into the office as somebody else every day, that was a real moment. I remember exactly where I was when I was told that information. I feel very kind of like humbled that we provide that environment for people. We're all going to run in, jog in, and then jog Lily backwards. Actually, one of the players who's here tonight, did an article last week, and they said that because kind of their previous friendship circle was all football, and they couldn't really talk about LGBT and identity matters, and the LGBT friends they couldn't really talk football to, so they've come to the Dragons and they have like a solid friendship group of people that they can be both out as LGBT and football loving person, which is just fantastic.
Lily, if you start with the ball, So the person on this side, so on my side, so KJ, Chris and Charlotte, if people even want to play or whether they don't want to play, they can still come here and feel a part of something bigger than just kind of a team, essentially. They want to play football. With Pride, we often do see a lot of people come up with interest, with curiosities, even people within our own communities that, again, that may have had kind of negative experiences growing up with football or growing up around football, that we then can kind of have those conversations in person, and it really helps, I think, kind of calm a lot of anxieties over what our team is, what we expect from the players, and how we can kind of enable people to really just be themselves, which is the main goal.
We do definitely find that there's a surge of people come to the club after Pride. It's just that bit of like in-person visibility where people can like come and see you and interact with you. We always get our numbers kind of bump up at the end of summer, just in time for winter training.
Can you do 2 teams of 3?
Mm-hmm. It's just a really great kind of open space and open environment for everyone. We also want to obviously choose somewhere that is accessible for people.
We've not had any issues here in terms of misogyny or sexism or homophobia or transphobia that I'm aware of, whereas we have had that in other places. So historically, we've just always been here. We have always kind of flirted with the idea of going somewhere else, but we always come back. And there's a pub right there. So, in terms of our winter training, we train at Amdani He, which is a recently set up women and girls football hub, which has been helped by the FAW and some funding there. That's been really great to have. So winter training is not so much of an issue as well, because like you're never going to get heckled at 9:30 at night when it's raining. Great start, loved it. The sun is shining, the music was blaring, the gays were out, the trans were out, the bis were out, the lesbians were out, everyone was out. Yeah, it was great. When we were walking down Queen Street and people were like clapping and waving, and I was like, yeah, this is it. I mean, it's called Pride, and I really felt that it was called Pride for a reason, because it's just amazing to wave back at people and be with the team, be with the whole club. I definitely, it's such a cliche, but I definitely felt the pride.
The only hope is that it gets bigger and better and that visibility grows. We're making small strides. I think that there's a lot of kind of larger contextual problems that need kind of help with as well. But I think that if you look at the players from both the men and the women's teams, professional level, they are doing their part for promoting inclusivity and diversity. And now I'm seeing a lot more role models. I'm seeing a lot more younger people these days who could perhaps kind of come forward earlier and feel more comfortable within themselves to be able to come out and play the game that they love and develop as coaches or develop as referees, whatever it is within the game that they are passionate about.
We don't have to follow that kind of affiliated, constrained like branding of football, and actually we're here, we're queer, and we're just gonna like do our own thing, and there's more and more of us, and that's just fantastic.
When I came out, a lot of my kind of homophobia at the time was embedded in, stereotypes. You can't like football, you're a gay man. You can't play football, you're a gay man. Or if you do, you're somehow worse than players who are straight. And I think that what we want to do is ultimately empower the people that come here to feel that no, it doesn't matter. What it does is it gives us strength and unity within the group to be able to kind of put those players out there and empower them to be themselves.